As we just heard, families across the country are facing new challenges as this pandemic forces many students to begin the school year remotely. Hopefully they're not using desks that look like they were from the last century. We met stay-at-home mom. Her name is Kieran Walia, and her two sons, they're named Ishan and Arman. So they are starting high school and the 5th grade from their Porter Ranch, that's in California. The family shared their daily challenges and triumphs with us as they try to navigate this new normal of remote learning.
Are you ready to wake up?
Yeah, no.
This is what our typical morning looks like.
These unprecedented times have created a new norm.
Ishan is in the middle of a Zoom meeting in preparation for his freshman year in high school.
I'm just nervous, not about going into a new school, but how the teachers adapted to online learning.
Arman is working diligently on his math homework.
What I like about doing school from home is that my teacher gives nice, fabulous comments about me. The worst part of online learning is that I can't see my teacher, I can't play with my friends, and I don't have recess or lunch.
How's your lunch? I can sense that the kids feel the isolation.
Mom, it's your turn. I am definitely concerned that the kids are not learning enough in virtual school. I am scared. It's a very difficult time. We have to keep the kids positive. We have to keep them motivated. We have to teach them not to be afraid.
And that's a portrait of one family's attempt to learn remotely. We're going to talk to Sal Khan now. I want to welcome him in. He's the founder and CEO of Khan Academy. That's a nonprofit educational organization that provides free online lessons for children of all ages and also resources for parents and teachers. I've used them. They're wonderful. You should check it out. He joins us now. Saul, good morning. I want to give parents some concrete tips for kids of all ages, but let's begin by just setting expectations. We know that online learning is not as good as in-person learning, but can we do it better than we've been doing it?
Yeah, I think and we have to do it better because this looks like it's going to be protracted school closures. And so the key is not to set expectations too high because that'll just set everyone up for stress and disappointment. And this is a time where we have enough things to stress about, especially for parents. If parents are stressed out, then kids are going to feel stressed out and they're going to have a harder time learning. So the key thing is focus on the basics. Obviously, everyone's school is supporting them to different degrees, but especially if your kids can get their math, their reading, their writing, depending on the age of the student, it can be anywhere from 20 minutes a day up to maybe 2 sessions or 3 sessions of 20 or 30 minutes a day. If you can get that under your belt and then you get your legs under you, then you can think about layering on more subjects.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about those students. For the younger kids, ages 3 to 7, what should the parental strategy be for making sure they don't fall behind?
Yeah, and this, a lot of times when we talk about distance school, we imagine school is first and foremost about learning the academic standards, and it is. That is what we associate school for. But as you just saw in that last segment, school is also about the connections, the social emotional learning, the connection with the teacher. And so everything you do for your child, or if you're a teacher for the student, is try to optimize those connections. So I would say for a very young student, we have early learning app, Khan Academy Kids. It's free, it's non-commercial, all funded by philanthropy. Kids can work on that for 20 minutes a day. Ideally, they're doing that next to a parent. They're able to still stay connected while they're doing distance learning. Hopefully, their teachers are able to do a couple of 20-minute Zoom sessions or video conference sessions every day. And then those should be pulling the students out of the screen as much as possible, getting them to do interactive things, especially for that younger age group, getting them to move around even.
Yeah. What about kids there in the middle, maybe ages 8 to 13? The challenge there isn't getting them online. It's getting them off of the video games and talking to their friends and focusing on school. What's the strategy for those guys?
Yeah, I have 3 kids, 11, 9, and 5, so I'm kind of, straddling these age brackets, and you're absolutely right. I think the key there is try to set goals with them, try to understand what's achievable in the day. A lot of the teachers who are doing this well are doing exactly that. They're setting goals for the day, they're setting goals for the week, they're doing regular check-ins, and when they get in on Google Hangout or Google Meet or they get on Zoom or whatever video conference they're using, instead of it just being about a one-way lecture-based interaction, they've got to really pull them out, ask them questions, ask ask them to work on video conference breakouts, do some goal setting with them, do some small group sessions, and not just between the student and the teacher. As you heard from the last segment, it's super important that students are able to interact with each other as well. And if you're not seeing that from your child's school, try to get some of that outside of whatever is being provided. You could do socially distanced play dates in the park, whatever. Especially, I would say all ages, that social interaction, even for us adults, is super important.
Yeah. All right, Sal, thank you very much. And I want to say that it's great to hear your voice live. I heard it remotely on one of your lessons just last week. You were giving me a tutorial to help my 5th grader on order of operations. Always tricky for a rising 6th grader, if you didn't pay attention in class anyway. Thank you very much.
Hope it helped.
Anthony, tossing it back to you.
All right, thank you both.